Sir, Jayvel sir, start பண்ணலாங்களா?
So just a minute, sir. Live is. I am establishing connection between our Zoom to our YouTube. Just a minute.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You can start now. No issue.
Okay, very good morning to one and all present here. It's a warm welcome, and we have entered into another day. It's a blossomed morning with the fragrance odor, with all kinds of intellectual inputs and academic journey. And we would like to start this with a very great welcome to our chief guest for the today's function. On behalf of the management, principal, head of the departments, faculty members, and the student participants. So we are very much grateful and pleasure to give a warm welcome to the today's keynote speaker, Dr. Sendil Kumar from Department of EEE, VIVEKANANDHA College of Engineering for Women Autonomous. And the day remarks and more enthralled with a need of the hour, and our young budding engineers will have to understand as well as grasping the tendency of what we know and what we are in the right path, so that the today's function will enable and mark a very great identical issues in the life of student era. So the roles and responsibilities amidst of robust development and rapid technologies, midst of this great enduring path of in the journey of engineering. So obtain grasping or pursuing an engineering degree nowadays make a very concurrent values. So being an engineer, what sort of things and what sort of responsibility that should occur by or the enthralling the academic life, that's going to be a very great part and parcel of our graduation, so that today's function will clarify your the comprehensive adaptability of this graduation and your personal accomplishment and the professional scenario of your own domain. So and in this juncture, I am very much pleasure to welcome our chief guest for this forum, to make our students understand and getting their vision and mission towards to pinnacle of success. Once again, I welcome you, sir, on behalf of all the stakeholders. And students, your day is going to start up. So you're going to enroll in it, and you can have a very great session. And at the end of the session, you can clarify with your doubts and clarifications. And our chief guest will be ready for making you to get all kinds of comments. Once again, I welcome you, sir. Then we can start. And now you can
Sir,
take.
one small note, sir, regarding the responsibilities of the engineers. So regarding the comment from one HR, they said, sir, one small point I'd like to convey to the students, sir.
Sure.
So regarding the HRs, what they are telling, students are technically they are very sound and their other soft skills. So in the future is to the engineers, those who are skilled in many co-curricular, extracurricular activities. For example, even the one HR asked in interview one student whether they are able to do cooking. So because that student was position, the post was in the south pole or north pole, so there are no hotel, everything. So the student, those who know cooking also will give preference to the job. So like that, even each and every, so the future of engineers purely based on skill based. So we should equip ourselves with many skills, especially soft skills and other skills, and the responsibility we should know. And they are technically sound, mark is very good, but many HRs are saying apart from that it is only 50%, this only entry point to the interview, and for getting selection of the interview we need other skills also. That skills, so Dr. So today's guest will give the detailed presentation of Dr. Sendil Kumar. Sir, very glad morning to invite you to this presentation, sir. Students, please listen carefully and get all your doubts clear at the end of the session and make the session a very successful one. Thank you, students. Sir, welcome you again, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Good morning, all of you. Very good morning to one and all present here. And once again, I'm Sendil Kumar, professor in Department of Electrical Engineering. Right? I'm not a chief guest. I'm not a chief guest. I'm just a member of the VIVEKANANDHA family. I'm a professor in the Department of Electrical Engineering. Right? I'm just one among you. You are also joined VIVEKANANDHA College of Engineering for Women, Autonomous Institution, and I am one among you. You can treat me like that. I'm not a chief guest. Right? Okay. The part is I just want to brief a little bit about the roles and responsibilities of engineers. And before that, I welcome you all for this Vivekananda College of Engineering for Women. I'm very glad that you have chosen your career as engineering, right? Why, I don't know. Maybe out of passion, you might have joined engineering, or out of the compulsion of your parents, you might have joined engineering. There are many reasons, right? But whatever may be the case, you have chosen a good you made a good choice and you joined engineering. Why I am telling is, just one point alone I'll take, leave out the other points, just depending upon the materialistic value, right? What about placements? That is a major question put forth by the society. படிச்சு முடிச்சிட்டே வேலை கிடைச்சிச்சா? That is the main question, right? அதுதான் first. அப்புறம் மற்றதெல்லாம் அதுக்கப்புறம், right? So when you are joining engineering in a very good college and you are doing well, and then definitely you will be getting placed in the final year itself. Of course, the first choice you make money, you joined a good institution. And the next thing you have to do is you have to do well. You have to do well, you have to study well, right? And then definitely you will be getting placed. Either where in the profession, suppose you join medicine, right? Join medicine, you have to study for nearly 4.5 years, and then house surgeonship, and then by the time you complete house surgeonship and all, it will be 5 years. No, you won't get, right? You have to, suppose you want to join government service, means you have to write service commission examination and get it clear. At the clear part of the training, you will be spending 1 year. So after a gap of 6 years, you will be joining any government medical service. If you want to go to private hospitals, then one option that after completion of MBBS, you can join only as a duty doctor. Then you have to make higher studies, right? MD, MS, MCH, and DM, all these courses you have to do. For example, after MBBS for 5 years, MBBS immediate exams clear panni PG போனீங்கனாலும் அது ஒரு 3 years, MD or MS, that will be 3 years. அதுக்கப்புறம் super specialty, whether it can be MCH or DM, then once again or 3 years. So altogether nearly 15 years will be wasted after 12. Only after 15 years from the date of completion of 12th standard, you will be able to get a placement, right? With a good salary, handsome salary. Whereas then you take the case of arts and sciences, right? It can be BA, it can be BSc, it can be BCom, anything you can do. And getting a placement, once again, you have to work hard for 1 year or so. You have to prepare for the competitive examinations. It can be Union Public Service Commission, or it can be Tamil Nadu Public Service Commission. Either Service Commission exams, then you have to get placed. It will take 3 or 4 years minimum, right? So whereas in engineering, right, it is a 4 years course, you know very well. After completion of 3rd year, when you are entering the 4th year itself, companies will come to your campus and recruit you, right? The two categories are two condition. The one is the choice of institution. You have to join a good institution. That you have already done. You have joined Vivekananda College of Engineering for Women. The second choice, it is fully in your hands. You have to equip yourself. You have to study well right from the first year itself, right? You have to understand the basics. You have to develop your soft skills. You have to improve your communication skills. If you are all doing all these things, then when you are entering the 7th semester, before completing the 7th semester, you will be getting placed in a very good company, in a reputed company with a handsome salary. That is the advantage of engineering education, right? So you can be proud that you have chosen your career as engineers. Okay. So with this just introduction, I'll just move on to the roles and responsibilities of engineers. Right? You know the roles of engineers nowadays, right? The world we live in is completely created by the engineers and none other than engineers, right? You can talk of anything. You can talk of anything, right from the modern homes we have, modern infrastructures we have, the electric vehicles we have, the space travel we have, even the phones, mobile phones you're having in your hand with which you're watching this video. all these came into existence only because of engineers. So engineers build the world, right? And they have their own responsibilities also. So what are a few things? I'm not going deep into the roles and responsibilities. Engineers being the first years, I just want to give a small introduction about the roles and responsibilities of engineers. Is that right? Right. Then who are engineers? Right. That's a big question. Engineers are persons who discover the world by their pen and brain. That is very simple, right? All the gadgets, for example, today for this particular meeting, because of these COVID conditions, we are not able to meet in the campus, right? நம்மளால இப்போ கேம்பஸ்ல எல்லாரும் இல்லைன்னா அந்த கோவிட் ப்ராப்ளம் இல்லைன்னா இப்போ கேம்பஸ்ல ஆடிட்டோரியத்தில் இருப்பீங்க. I be presenting this, I be talking to you in front of, standing in front of you and talking to you using a whiteboard or a PPT screen. I will be presenting and we will be interacting person to person. But because of this COVID condition, that is not made possible. Then even then we are connected together, right? We are all seeing connected through this electronic medium. How is it possible? Once again, it is also work of engineers and engineering. Engineering has done this marvel, right? We are in our own place and we are meeting together, we are discussing and making decisions, or we are understanding. All the classes are going online, right from the schools to colleges. Nowadays, classes are going online. The learning process is going on irrespective of the COVID conditions, right? So that is the engineering marvel. That is one major advantage, major achievement done by the engineers. No example said thing. Right from your home, you can book your tickets. Suppose you want to book a train ticket, you can book it online sitting in front of your laptop or mobile. You can just, you are able to do that. Suppose you want to book, even you go to movie, you want to book a ticket, right? In front of, with you, just with your mobile, you can book a ticket, transfer money, and it will be done over in few seconds, right? So that comfortability is all given by the engineers who have worked hard, right? And they developed over 10 years before பாத்தீங்கன்னா இதெல்லாம் possible இல்லை. Every time you have to go to the railway station, you have to stand in queue and you have to book a ticket, right? Similarly, for all other cases, suppose you want to pay your electricity bill for your house, you have to go to the EB office, you have to stand in the long queue, wait for 1 hour or 2 hours, and then you have to make payment. நம்ம இப்போ அதெல்லாம் இல்லை. Just in seconds, it is all over. You are able to do that. Why? Because engineers studied that difficulty and they have provided the solution to that difficulty. So all these things are done or made possible by the engineers alone. Is that right? So that is a beautiful profession. That's what I want to tell you repeatedly. It is a very beautiful profession you have chosen as your career. You can achieve a lot, a lot. Very simple problems also. Suppose I'm talking about engineers creating history. அதுதான் நீங்க பெரிய சயின்டிஸ்ட் இருக்கணும், ஆல்பர்ட் ஐன்ஸ்டீனா இருக்கணுங்கிறது அவசியம் இல்லை. Very small things have been done by engineers, engineering brains, right? For example, நீங்க உங்க ட்ராலி சூட்கேஸ் எடுத்துங்க. That suitcase, இது ஒரு 10 years before பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த சூட்கேஸ் அவ்வளவு வெயிட்டா இருக்கும், கையில தூக்கிட்டு போறதுக்கு அவ்வளவு கஷ்டம், ரைட்? நவ இப்போ என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாங்க, கீழே வச்சிருந்ததா ஒரு 4 கார்னர்லயும் ஒரு 4 வீல் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. நீங்க எந்த டைரக்ஷன்லயும் பெண்ட் பண்ணி எப்படி வேணாலும் கையில இழுத்துட்டே போயிடலாம். எவ்வளவு பெரிய லக்கேஜ் இருந்தாலும் you can see in the airports and railway stations, right? Very small innovative idea, very small innovative idea, once again because of an engineering brain, right? So very day-to-day problems, what are we are seeing, facing in our day-to-day life, we have to provide a solution to those problems. That is the primary role of an engineer, right? If you are doing that, then slowly one after the other inventions will be coming, right? So initially you need not think very big, right? Very small problems that we face in a day-to-day life that we can solve, right? That is the beauty of engineering education, right? So engineers are persons who discover the world by their pen and brain. Only their brain made it possible. All these scientific achievements, all these achievements, everything is made possible because of the engineering brain, right? Engineers make a world of difference. That's what I have explained to you so far. Right? So many achievements. You can building structures and all, you can see marvels. Green buildings have come into picture. Without using electricity, the buildings will be natural illumination, right? Getting from the natural, they are using for the illumination, right? Pagalla electricity use panni lights, electric lights use pannama natural ventilations irukkalam. Even then, if it is not possible, then only when people are there in the room, the lights will be on. Lights or fans or AC, they will be switched on. When you are leaving the room, automatically they will be switched off, right? Smart buildings. All these are called, all these are possible only because of the engineering brains. So they make the difference, right? Then what is engineering? You can just define. I already told you in simple words, I have told you, right? So engineering is the application of scientific, economic, social, and practical knowledge in order to design, build, to maintain, improve structures, machines, devices, systems, materials, and processes, right? Simply telling, you need not all these things put together, right? What is the simple message it gives means engineers apply the scientific principles, right, to day-to-day life as well as the industrial and environment, and they create things that things will address the needs of the common man. Right? So that is the main objective of this. Any engineer, his point will be towards the society. What is his contribution towards the society, to the society? That's the main thing. So all their achievements will be focused on the society. Right? It can be anything. It can be great structures. It can be machines. It can be devices. It can be systems. It can be materials, and it can be the process with which the industries work. So all these things are done only by engineers. So the role of an engineer, the first and foremost thing he has to keep in mind is the society, right? What we are giving to the society, right? And without doing any harm to the society. The harm, I mean the environmental aspects. So many things are there, environmental aspects. If I are talking about the development in the electronic media, all things are interconnected through networks, right? You're doing everything use your laptop at the same time. Remember, my dear student, cyber crimes also on the rise, right? These cyber crimes, only the brain is beginning that naturally. A man who is an engineer or one who is having an engineering brain, he may not be engineering graduate, but he is strong in that concepts. That is also being done. So the ethics is also a role of engineer that we'll see in detail in the coming slides, right? So that is also very important, right? Anything towards the society, for the society, people are working, right? Right. Who are engineers then? Once again, in different words I am putting, right? Engineers are people who solve problems and focus on making things work more efficiently and effectively. That's what I do. Many problems you are facing. For example, we can take, for example, your day-to-day problems. What are the difficulties you face in your house? That problems have to be solved. Very, very simple examples you can see, right? You have an overhead tank in your house, right? You're switching on the motor on பண்றீங்க, tank overflow ஆகி அது வாட்டு full ஆகி ஓடிட்டே இருக்கு, நீங்க கவனிக்காம மறந்து போயிருங்க, ஏகப்பட்ட water waste ஆயிடும். A very simple problem. Then what we did, அதுக்கு ஒரு என்ன சொல்யூஷன் நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? Once again it is being done in engineering. அதுல ஒரு overflow controller, ஒரு சர்க்யூட் ஒன்று மாட்டி கனெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? டேங்க் ஃபுல் ஆனோன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக சப்ளை கட் ஆகும். Right? Very simple thing. Day-to-day life, you can see so many things in your house. You can see that made your work very easy. That is also being done by engineers. That's why I told you in the beginning, it's a ரொம்ப பெருசா நீங்க திங்க் பண்ண வேண்டியதில்லை. சின்ன ஒர்க், சின்ன ஒர்க், நீங்க சின்ன வீட்டுல பார்க்குற ஒரு சின்ன ப்ராப்ளம், அதுக்கு ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் that can be done only by the engineers, right? Then engineers apply the theory, they study their theories and the concept of science and mathematics, and they apply the concept to research and develop economical solution to technical problems. Technical problems solution கண்டுபிடிக்கிறது மட்டும் பெரிய விஷயம் இல்லை, that should be economical also, right? That is built with economy, netted with economy also. So it should be economical, or in other words, ரொம்ப frank சொல்லுங்க, it should be cheap solutions to complex technical problems. That is the main role of an engineer. I hope you follow what I say, right? So they solve problems by making things work more efficiently and effectively. The system should work more efficiently and effectively. In the system, I mean, for example, you can take your laptop itself, your mobile itself, whether it is working effectively or efficiently, and whether it is user friendly. That is the duty of an engineer who made this mobile or laptop, right? Similarly, any other appliances or any other systems, that is the primary role of an engineer. Okay, it should be user friendly, it should work efficiently, and it should use effectively. It should work effectively. Is it right? I'll just play a video. Just watch the video and then I will come back to you. Okay.
What is engineering? Let's take a moment to think about your morning. The alarm on your phone goes off at 7:03. You drag yourself to the shower and blast yourself with perfectly warm water in an attempt to wake up. You smear your toothbrush with too much toothpaste and scrub yourself into a foamy mess of minty freshness. You're running late, so you skate downtown, weaving through the commuters, dart across the road, barely making the lights, and jump on the train just before the doors beep shut. There's a couple of stops to go, so you pull out your phone and play a few games of Angry Birds. Alarms, trains, traffic lights, video games, toothpaste, all these things were made possible by engineers. But what prompts an engineer to improve our world? Well, they solve problems. Problems are an engineer's inspiration, and maths and science are the creative tools they use to solve them. Problems like making your alarm go off at the right time, or making sure your toothpaste has just the right balance of chemicals to give you that perfect smile, or even making a game so addictive it's almost impossible to put down, if that really is a problem. Now let's head over to the airport and jump on an aeroplane. Aeroplanes. They're so easy to take for granted. But don't forget, you can fly! Before aeroplanes, flying was quite a bit more challenging. Every bit of your plane has been touched by engineers. A mechanical engineer designed the engine. A mechatronics engineer devised the controls. The fuel? Extracted by mining engineers and refined by chemical engineers. The navigation systems? Electrical and software engineers created those. Yep, a whole team of engineers. Now we've landed in Dubai, home of the Burj Khalifa. It's the world's tallest building at 829.8 metres high. It's also in one of the world's hottest environments, reaching up to 50 degrees in summer. One of the difficulties of building the Burj was trying to figure out how to set 45,000 cubic metres of reinforced concrete in such extreme weather. The solution? A clever method of pumping iced liquid concrete into the 55,000-tonne steel frame during the night. The result? A building that's vertically over 800 metres high, rather than horizontally all over the ground. Now let's jump into our time machine and go back to Saturday. Saturday, March 1932. The Sydney Harbour Bridge is about to open. The bridge is a marvel of civil engineering, and a pretty cool place to set off some fireworks. Since 1815, people had been talking about building a bridge to connect the two sides of the harbour. The problem was that the harbour was so incredibly wide. How could a bridge span such a width and support its own weight? The solution? The Romans! Well, actually it was an idea they came up with. The arched bridge works by transferring the weight into horizontal forces and bracing them at the ends of the arch. But what about the future? What problems will engineers solve next? Will we finally have affordable solar power? Or robots that can perform life-saving surgery? Or a building that's so tall your view is of outer space? Or how about finally engineering a working hoverboard? Seriously, we've waited long enough. So what is engineering? It's solving problems. It's taking crazy, out there ideas and seeing if they're actually possible. And when they are, the idea is shared with the world to make all our lives better. So, what problems do you want to solve?
So that's it. I hope you are seeing, right? So what is then engineering? What you have understood? So the central focus of engineering profession is the application of scientific knowledge to societal needs. Engineers connect pure science to the society, and engineering therefore has a social responsibility, right? So they connect science to the society. So when we are going in for the society, always you have a social responsibility. So engineers are there everywhere, right? From mechanical engineering, by medical electronics, if you take the case, right? Robots nowadays, you might have seen or read in newspapers, robots are doing surgery, right? So robots are replacing surgeons or doctors. They're replacing and they are doing surgeries. Even for a good medical profession, right? Then so many equipments are available. All the diagnoses are done only by machines, right? Right from you know about ECG, you know about EEG, you know about CT scan, you know about MRI scan. Whatever may be the problem in your body, then that is being initially diagnosed by a machine that has been an engineering, what is that? Engineering achievement, right? So all, even a doctor cannot work nowadays. He cannot work without the aid of these electronic gadgets, right? He takes input from the machine and then he treats that disease. What is the disease? The diagnosis is done by a machine that is being developed by an engineer. So naturally, engineering is there in each and every corner of the society. So when we are there in the society, naturally, we have our social responsibility also there, right? That's why we said the engineers are so important in this world, right? Why is it so? Right. Then once again, one more small video, and then we'll discuss further. Right. How will you make the difference? That is a question raised at the end of this video, right? In the scene. So what are the engineers think out of the box always? One example I can tell you, nowadays the driverless cars are being promoted in large way. Of course, it was tested in Bangalore also by the Google cars, right? What is driverless car? The car will be driving automatically without any driver with the help of artificial intelligence, right? Suppose you want a taxi, you can just as now இப்போ நீங்க என்ன பண்றீங்க, ஒரு taxi service phone பண்றீங்க, taxi is coming to your home, right? It is driven by a driver. இனிமேல் என்ன ஆகும்னா, in the years to come, in another 10 years or 15 years, what will happen? Driverless cars will be coming, it will be running everywhere, right? Just you call a taxi, right? It will come in front of you, you just set the destination and it will drive you and let you off at the place you want to go, right? Payment எப்படி பண்ணுவீங்க, ஆன்லைன்லேயே பேமெண்ட் ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டே இருப்பீங்க. So the cars will be roaming here and there, they will be traveling in their prescribed path. இப்போ என்ன advantage ஆகும்? There won't be any accidents at all in the roads, right? They will be driven with the help of artificial intelligence, right? Engineers thinking out of the box. That's what, for an example, I am telling. The years to come, it may come. So there won't be necessity for drivers anymore. Then there is no parking place needed anywhere in the country. So now the parking place is very difficult. If you go to cities, to find a parking lot is the biggest problem when you go for shopping, right? When you go by a driverless car, then automatically drop you there and will go away. Right? You go to the next destination. You need not park the vehicle anywhere. You need not own a vehicle at all. That concept also will come. You car வச்சிருக்க வேண்டிய அவசியமே இல்லை. எப்போ உங்களுக்கு கார் வேணாலும் just make a call, it will come to your doorsteps. It can go wherever you want to go, and then you can just leave. It will go back, right? So carriages places will be car shed places in houses. That is not needed. So many advantages also there in the case of e-car. This is because the engineers have thought out of the box thinking, right? So that is also surely to come. The next 10 years, all the vehicles, right, running using petrol or diesel, they will be replaced by e-vehicles, electrical vehicles, EV, normally we call as EVs. And இப்போ நீங்க பேப்பர்ஸ்ல நிறைய அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ் பார்க்கலாம், கியோ மோட்டார்ஸ்ல இருந்து அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ் பார்க்கலாம், ஈவன் டாட்டால இருந்து அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ் பார்க்கலாம், ஹூண்டாய் மோட்டார்ஸ்ல இருந்து பார்க்கலாம், e-vehicles அட்வர்டைஸ்மெண்ட்ஸ் பார்க்கலாம். Why? Because engineers are continuously working, because the fossil fuel is fastly depleting. Fuel வந்து கம்ப்ளீட்டா குறைஞ்சிட்டே இருக்கனால வேர்ல்டுல in another 10-20 years மேல the fuel shortage பெரிய லெவல்ல இருக்குங்கறனால engineers are continuously thinking for alternative sources. அவங்களோட ரிசல்ட் தான் e-cars, right? Now in another 10 years they will take the roads, right? Petrol cars irukadhu, diesel cars irukadhu, 10 to 15 years, that is going to be the reality. All things will be e-vehicles running with the help of batteries. Instead of petrol stations, you'll be having charging stations everywhere, right? Petrol bunk you'll see charging stations. You can park the vehicle there. நீங்க பெட்ரோல் போடுறதுக்கு எவ்வளவு டைம் ஆகுதோ அதே டைம்ல ஒரு பேட்டரி சார்ஜ் ஆகிறதுக்கு ஆகும். People are working for that. In another 10 years, it will come into reality also. So this is because of engineers. All these developments, எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு alternate. Fuel காலி ஆயிட்டே இருக்குன்னா, then what is the alternate? That is being made possible only by the engineers. Similarly, நீங்க electricity எடுத்துங்க. Electricity generationக்கு alternate. Once again, we are dependent on coal power stations இருக்கு, nuclear power stations இருக்கு, hydel power stations இருக்கு. நீங்க தமிழ்நாடு கண்டிஷன் எடுத்தீங்க, மழை பெய்யலைன்னா டேம்ல தண்ணி இல்லை, டேம்ல தண்ணி இல்லைன்னா பவர் ஜென்ரேஷன் இல்லை, ஹைடல் பவர் ஜென்ரேஷன் இல்லை. கோல் தமிழ்நாட்டில் இல்லை, லிக்னைட் மட்டும்தான் இருக்கு, நெய்வேலியிலேருந்து எடுக்கிறோம். கோல் அதர் ஸ்டேட்ஸ்லேருந்து அதர் கண்ட்ரீஸ்லேருந்து இம்போர்ட் பண்ணுறோம். காஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த கோல் அதிகமாக இருக்குது. நம்ம ஃப்ரீ எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி கொடுத்துட்டு இருக்கிறோம் 100 யூனிட்ஸ் வரைக்கும் நம்ம பீப்புளுக்கு. ஸோ காஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரொடக்ஷன் ஹை ஆகிட்டே இருக்குது. ஸோ ஆல்டர்னேட் சோர்ஸ், once again, work of engineers. We are going for solar energy, we are going for wind energy, right? Cheaper resources for nuclear energy, of course we are going, but there are certain risks in nuclear energy. So world illa continuously nuclear energy venu vendangra argument is always here. For and against nuclear energy, the argument is going on and on and on. Some people say it is good, some people say it is not needed, right? It is a separate topic, but adukku alternate, it is being done by the engineers, right? Fuel cells, solar cells, and windmills, all these things are being created by the engineers. நீங்க உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், தமிழ்நாட்டில் வந்து இந்தியாவில் is a top state having wind energy potential, right? Wind energy generation. If I am right, my memory is right, it is around 8,000, approximate figure I am telling, it may be around 8,000 megawatt power of installed capacity நமக்கு windmills இருக்கு. நீங்க நியர் உடுமல்பேட் பக்கம் நீங்க போனீங்கன்னா பார்க்கலாம், பெரிய பெரிய wind turbines rotate ஆகிட்டு இருக்கிறத பார்க்கலாம். அப்படி டீப் சவுத் போனீங்கன்னா நியர் கன்னியாகுமரி போகிற வழியில் you can see, right? And in Tirunelveli district also there is a place called Kayattar, அங்கேயும் நிறைய windmills இருக்கு. Deep southல near Kanyakumari we will have a a place called Muppandal in Tamil Nadu. அங்கேயும் நீங்கள் நிறைய wind turbines பார்க்கலாம். கண்டினியூஸ்லி the blades rotate ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். ஸோ அட் பீக் டைம்ஸில் நமக்கு 8,000 megawatts வரைக்கும் we can generate power. And then we install solar power. Solar power நீங்கள் national statistics எடுத்தீங்கன்னா தமிழ்நாடு வந்து 3rd பிளேஸில் இருக்கும். If my memory is right, the first place is Telangana. Second one is, if I'm right, it is Gujarat, and third one is, I may be wrong in the classification, please excuse me. I forgot an exact rating. The Tamil Nadu stands 3rd solar energy generation. நீங்கள் இப்போ எல்லா பக்கமும் இப்போ நீங்கள் பார்க்கலாம் கமர்ஷியல் பில்டிங்ஸ் எல்லாத்துலேயும் எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸில் ஈவன் வீட்டு மாடியிலையும் நீங்கள் சோலார் பேனல்ஸ் இன்ஸ்டால் பண்ணியிருக்கிறது பார்க்கலாம். we are generating power using the sunlight, right? So these are cheaper ways of alternate. I cannot say cheaper as of now. இப்போ கொஞ்சம் காஸ்ட்லி தான். The days to come it may become cheaper. Alternate ways of producing electric power. ஏன்னா நம்ம கோல்ல டிபெண்ட் தான் இல்லை. நம்ம இந்தியாவில் இப்போ ஆஸ் ஆன் டேட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா டோட்டலாக ஜென்ரேட் பண்ணுற எலக்ட்ரிக் பவரில் 70% வந்து கோல் பேஸ்டு பவர் பிளான்ட்ஸ், தெர்மல் பவர் பிளான்ட்ஸ்ல இருந்தால் நம்ம பவர் ஜென்ரேட் பண்ணுறோம். இப்போ இந்த கோல் ஃபாஸ்ட் டிப்ளீட்டிங், சீக்கிரமாக அந்த கோலோட ரிசர்வ் உலகத்தில் காலியாகிட்டே இருக்கிறதுனால we are looking for alternate. Once again, who is doing that? Only the engineers are doing that. Only when there is electricity, there is going to be industrial activity in the country or in the world. So generation of electricity is a very important aspect. So we are always looking for alternate ways, right? So that is just an example, right? Then what are the skills essential for competitive graduates, right? Then engineers should have a strong technical capability. Understanding of the subject is very, very important, right? You have to understand from the basics. Learning basics, very, very important. You may be studying in any branch of engineering. It can be mechanical, it can be civil, it can be electrical, it can be biomedical engineering, whatever it may be. You should understand the basics. Understand basics thoroughly. Only when you understand the basics thoroughly, then you will be able to understand the advanced topics. When you are strong in your basics, you are strong in your subjects. Anybody can say, you can answer any question. You can answer any question, you can understand, you can solve any problem. All problems start with the basic, what can we say? Basic principle, right? Right from the basic principle, then you have to go step by step, right? Okay, so many. I am just for an example. I am not going into as an electrical man. I can show you so many examples of basics in electrical engineering. But since all branch of students are here, I'll take one common example. Madam Johnsy can supplement me. While நீங்க ஸ்கூல்ஸ்ல எல்லாம் படிச்சிருக்கீங்க, area of the circle pi r square, right? Circumference of the circle pi d அப்படினு படிச்சிருக்கீங்க. Pi க்கு வேல்யூ 22/7 னு போட்டுருக்கீங்க. Why is it so? Why? Pi is equal to 22/7. அப்படிங்கிறது very, very basic thing. Of course, உங்க டீச்சர்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லி இருந்திருக்கலாம். Just to remind you, suppose நீங்க அந்த ஒரு சர்க்கிள் எடுத்துக்கங்க, அந்த டயமீட்டர் மெஷர் பண்ணுங்க, எவ்வளவு லென்த்னு மெஷர் பண்ணுங்க, அதனோட சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸ் சுற்றளவு எவ்வளவுங்கிறதை நீங்க மெஷர் பண்ணுங்க. டயமீட்டர் 7 சென்டிமீட்டரா இருந்தால் அதனோட சுற்றளவு சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸ் 22 சென்டிமீட்டர். இந்த ரேஷியோல தான் இருக்கும். டயமீட்டர் சர்க்கம்ஃபரன்ஸ்க்கு ரேஷியோ எடுத்தீங்கன்னா 7:22 இருக்கும். That is why you are getting pi is 22/7. வேற எந்த ரேஷியோலயும் அது இருக்க முடியாது. நீங்க மெஷர் பண்ணி பாருங்க. 7 diameter 7 னா circumference 22 இருக்கும். diameter 14 னா circumference 44 இருக்கும். In that ratio it goes, right? diameter 3.5 னா circumference 11 இருக்கும். So 7:22 அந்த ரேஷியோல தான் அது இருக்க முடியும் இந்த சர்க்கிள். That is why we derive the expression pi is equal to 22/7. Just a basic example I am telling. உங்க ஸ்கூல்ஸ்ல உங்க டீச்சர்ஸ் சொல்லி இருப்பாங்க 11th 12th you may have studied, right? So that's how you have to understand the basic concepts. How to understand basic concepts? You have to read books. You have to read standard textbooks. அது e-book இருக்கலாம் இல்ல printed matter இருக்கலாம், whatever it may be. You have to read standard textbooks, right? So you have to develop that skill. You have to understand. You have to ask questions and understand the principles thoroughly. எந்த ஃபீல்டு படித்தாலும் சரி, ஃபிசிக்ஸாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, மேக்ஸாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் இன்ஜினியரிங்காக இருந்தாலும் சரி, biomedical engineering, and whatever may be the field, you have to ask questions and you have to understand the basic concepts thoroughly, right from the first semester itself, right? Make it as a habit. Then skills in communication and persuasion. Then you have to improve your communication skills and persuasion. You have the ability to lead and work effectively as a member of a team, right? Teamwork, that is very, very important. Engineers used to work as a team. as a team. Or team 10 members irupanga, they will be each one of them will be contributing contributions from each one of them, and one of among them will lead the team. So you have to develop your leadership qualities and should have the ability to work in a team, right? You have the understanding of non-technical forces that profoundly influence engineering decisions. Non-technical forces, so many non-technical forces will become in line. You have to understand them, right, and make them fruitful. Then commitment to lifelong learning. Always you have to continue learning. நீங்க வேலையில ஜாயின் பண்ணிட்டதனால படிக்காம இருக்க முடியாது, right? Continuously you have to update your skills, right? You have to design skills in design and project management, multidisciplinary, right? Nowadays multidisciplinary concept is going around the world. We are not restricted to only one discipline. Suppose you are doing biomedical engineering, means then you can study a few subjects in electrical engineering, you can study a few subjects in mechanical engineering, you can study a few subjects in electrical engineering through electives, right? That knowledge you should have, because we are not restricted to only one field now. So multidisciplinary capacity is a must, right? Then advantages of engineering to society. Now நான் இப்பவே உங்களுக்கு ஏகப்பட்ட எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லிட்டேன். Because of engineers only we are able to get alternate power. Because of engineers only we are able to get all these electronic gadgets that you are having in your hands that makes your life simple and easy, right? Or very easy it is made nowadays. எல்லாமே user friendly. எந்த electronic gadgets நீங்க ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணலாம், right? It is easy. உங்கள் ஸ்கேனிங்ல இருந்து எல்லாமே it has been done, right? ஒரு இப்போ எந்த வென்யூக்கு நீங்க போறீங்க, now இப்போ கோவிட்காக ஸ்கேனிங் இஸ் பீயிங் டன், டெம்பரேச்சர் ஸ்கேனிங் வேணும், சானிடைசர்ஸ் வேணும். அதுலேயும் பாருங்க நிறைய ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் இப்போ நீங்க பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. மினிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் ஹெச்ஆர்டியில இருந்து நிறைய காம்படிஷன்ஸ் கண்டக்ட் பண்ணாங்க. நிறைய உங்களை மாதிரி நிறைய காலேஜ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் அதில் பார்ட்டிசிபேட் பண்ணாங்க. நீங்கள் நியூஸில் பார்த்தீங்களா, நியூஸ் பேப்பர்ஸில் பார்த்துருக்கலாம், ரைட்? ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் சானிடைசர், சானிடைசர் பாட்டில் ஒன்று இருக்குது, நீங்கள் அதை அமுத்தெல்லாம் வேண்டாம், அமுத்துனீங்கன்னா அதில் கை வைக்கணும் இல்லையா? அப்போ அதுலேயும் இன்ஃபெக்ட் ஆகலாம் கோவிட் பீரியட்ல. தென் ஜஸ்ட் உங்க கையை உங்க முன்னால வச்சீங்கன்னா ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அது ஒரு 2 ml கையில விடுது, நீங்க கை தேய்ச்சிட்டு போயிடலாம். இஸ் a design. You got a prize in a national level competition arranged by the Ministry of HRD, Human Resource Development Ministry. அதே மாதிரி நிறைய ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் ஸ்கேனிங், இந்த டெம்பரேச்சர் ஸ்கேனிங். இப்போ ஒருத்தர் வந்து உங்களுக்கு ஐஆர் சென்சர் வச்சு உங்க முன்னால கண்ணு முன்னால துருவத்துக்கிட்ட வச்சு டெம்பரேச்சர் உங்களுக்கு ரீட் பண்ணணும். அது தேவையில்லை, ஒருத்தர் நின்று பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கணும். இப்போ ரயில்வே ஸ்டேஷன்ல எல்லாம் இப்போ போனீங்கன்னா ஸ்கேன் பண்ணி தான் உங்களை ஸ்டேஷனுக்குள்ள விடுவாங்க, ஏர்போர்ட்டுக்குள்ள போனீங்கன்னா. இப்போ அதுக்கு போல என்ன பண்றாங்க, ஒன்ஸ் அகைன் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் ஸ்கேனிங். பீப்புள் உள்ள போனோம்னா அங்கே இருக்க சென்சார் ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலா சென்ஸ் பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு டெம்பரேச்சர்லாம் நார்மலா இருந்தால் கேட் ஓப்பன் ஆகும், இல்லைன்னா ஓப்பன் ஆகாது. தட் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ப்ராஜெக்ட் டன் பை தி ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், ஒன்லி பை ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் லைக் யூ, ரைட்? நீங்க எம்ஹெச்ஆர்டி நிறைய காம்படிஷன்ஸ் இப்போ ஆன்லைன்ல நடத்திட்டே இருக்கிறாங்க. நிறைய ப்ராஜெக்ட்ஸ் பீங் சப்மிட்டட் பை இன்ஜினியரிங் காலேஜஸ். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லணும்னா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ரைஸ் வந்து கோயம்புத்தூர்ல இருந்து ஒரு காலேஜ், forgot the name of the institution, if I'm right, it is Krishna, some college from Coimbatore zone got the first prize, second prize and third prize. 3 or 4 colleges got the prizes, right? So these things are done only by the engineers. Then engineers contribution to the society, this is what is called as they contribute to the well-being of the society, right? They develop the nation. I told you all the developments, all the infrastructure developments have been done by the engineers. இப்போ பாக்குறீங்க road transport பாக்குறீங்க, எல்லா பக்கம் இந்த golden quadrilateral ஒரு ப்ராஜெக்ட் கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு முன்னாலே ஒரு 15 years before லான்ச் பண்ணாங்க. a country full of 4 lanes and 6 lane tracks லே பண்ணாங்க, important lines எல்லாம். So you can travel in a very short span of time, right? Traveling time நமக்கு இப்போ ரொம்ப குறைஞ்சிச்சு. இப்போ now for example you are in சேலம் டு சென்னை, நீங்க என்ஹெச்ல நீங்க போனீங்க, 4 லைன் ரோட்ல போனீங்கன்னா வெரி ஃபாஸ்ட்லி யூ கேன் கோ. இதுக்கு முன்னால் நீங்க போனீங்கன்னா இப்போ போற டைமோட twice the time ஆயிருக்கும், ஒரு 5 years 6 years 7 years பிஃபோர் நீங்க டிராவல் பண்ணீங்கன்னா. ஸோ டிராவல் இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் டெவலப்மெண்ட், all the bridges, so many bridges have been constructed by the engineers, right? And they invent things, so many inventions are coming to make the life easy. Finally the focus of the engineers is the society or the public, right? Because of the societal needs only projects are being developed, right? It makes yourself comfortable. Life on the comfortable, it is made comfortable because of the technology developed by the engineers, right? We are very comfortable. நான் இப்போதான் உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொன்னேன். ஒரு 5 years back 6 years back or 10 years எடுத்து, ஒரு 10 years back நீங்க எடுத்துக்கிட்டீங்கன்னா ஒரு டிக்கெட் ரிசர்வ் பண்ண முடியாது உங்களால வீட்ல இருந்து. You have to wait in the go to the railway station wait in a queue, and you have to book a ticket or half a day. Few seconds time, you are able to book tickets. It may be tickets for the train or bus or flight, or even a cinema hall, right? So all these things are done. When you are continuously doing these types of projects, then automatically the finance also improves, right? It improves the communication facilities throughout the country. Nowadays, now today itself is an example. We are communicating with one another sitting at home. You are at your home and I am at my home, and we are communicating with each other. So these things, developments are made by the engineers, right? Then employment, because so many projects are coming up, automatically so many engineers will are employed. Employment opportunities are improved. Once again, I am repeatedly telling, all our work, I say all our work because we are all engineers, all our work is focused on the welfare of the society, right? For the development of the society, engineers are continuously working, and nobody can match their work. We have other people also there. For example, we have auditors, we have lawyers, we have medical people. All people are there. I don't deny their role, but still our role is the foremost role as far as any society is concerned, because without engineers the society cannot develop or it cannot improve, right? Technically. Right. Now, role of youth through engineering. This is once again, what is your role? You have to understand the problem and give better solutions, right? You are facing now, very first slide I was telling you, so many problems we face in our day-to-day life. And முன்னாலே உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், நம்ம நார்மல் ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணுறதுலேயே நமக்கு தெரியும் இதுக்கு ஏதாவது சொல்யூஷன் வேணும்னு நீங்கள் நினச்சிட்டே இருப்பீங்க, ரைட்? ஒன் பர்சன் நிறைய நீங்கள் வெப்சைட், டூ இட் யுவர் செல்ஃப் வெப்சைட் அது சரியில்லை, நிறைய வெப்சைட்ஸ், நிறைய இன்வென்ஷன்ஸ். நீங்கள் எம்ஹெச்ஆர்டி வெப்சைட்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் நிறைய சொல்யூஷன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க, ரைட்? வீட்டில் பாத்திரம் கழுவுறதுலேருந்து எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கொடுத்துருப்பாங்க. நீங்கள் யூ கேன் ஜஸ்ட் சி, ரைட்? தெர் இஸ் அ இன்னோவேட்டிவ் ஆரியா. ஹவ் யூ எவர் ஹர்ட் ஆஃப் அட்டல்ஜி ரேங்கிங் ஆஃப் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ் ஆஃப் இன்னோவேஷன் அச்சீவ்மெண்ட்ஸ் அப்படின்னு ஒரு அவார்டு கொடுக்குறாங்க மினிஸ்ட்ரி ஆஃப் ஹெச்ஆர்டியிலேருந்து. அதுக்கு இன்னோவேட்டிவ் ஐடியாஸ் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ்லேருந்து எவ்ரி இயர் தேர் ஆஸ்கிங். எல்லா இதுலேயும் எல்லா இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்லையும் இப்போ இன்னோவேஷன் செல்லுன்னு ஒன்று இருக்குது, இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் இன்னோவேஷன் செல், ஐஐசின்னு ஒன்று இருக்கும். அதுலேருந்து ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் எவ்ரி இயர் சப்மிட் பண்ணுறாங்க. நீங்கள் அந்த வெப்சைட்டுக்குள்ளே போய் ஆரியா வெப்சைட் நீங்கள் ஜஸ்ட் நோட் டவுன் ARIIA, ரைட்? அட்டல்ஜி ரேங்கிங் ஆஃப் innovation achievements, institutions innovation achievements, ARIIA. You can just search in Google. You can go into the website, MHRD website there. நீங்க அதுல list of projects நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா, projects given by students, you can see so many projects. எல்லாம் சின்ன சின்ன ப்ராப்ளம். நான் உங்களுக்கு சொன்னேனே, கை கழுவுறதுக்கு சானிடைசர் கொடுத்து கை தொடாம டிஸ்பென்ஸ் ஆகும் ஒரு 2 ml, ஒரு 2 ml மட்டும் டிஸ்பென்ஸ் ஆகணும். அதுக்கு ஒரு சர்க்கியூட் பண்ணி கொடுத்துருக்காங்க, ப்ரைஸ் வாங்கியிருக்கிறாங்க. பாத்திரம் கழுவுறதுலேருந்து நம்ம டே டு டே லைஃப்ல வீடை கிளீன் பண்ணதுலேருந்து எல்லாத்துக்குமே அதில் ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. என்னன்னா, they are looking at the problems, right? when they are working, நீங்க ஒவ்வொரு இதுலயும் ஒர்க் பண்ணும்போது என்ன டிஃபிகல்ட்டி வருது நீங்க பாக்குறீங்க, அந்த டிஃபிகல்ட்டி எப்படி ஓவர் கம் பண்றதுங்கிறதா it should be a thought of an engineer, right? He thinks in that way. That is a specialty of an engineer. மத்தவங்க ஐயோ பிரச்சனையா இருக்குன்னு போயிடுவாங்க, பட் engineer has to find a solution for that. அதுதான் நான் சொன்னேன், இந்த வெப்சைட்டுக்குள்ள நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா எவ்வளவு பாருங்க, நீங்க பாக்குறதுக்கு சிரிப்பா கூட இருக்கலாம் சில ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ், பட் தே ஆர் டிபிக்கல் ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ். உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா, இன்னமும் டீப் போர்வெல்ஸ்ல விழுந்த குழந்தைகளை மீட்கிறதுக்கு ஒரு ப்ராப்பர் எக்யூப்மெண்ட் இல்ல. பீப்புள் ஆர் ஒர்க்கிங். ஈவன் டிசைன் ஹஸ் பீன் ப்ரொபோஸ்ட் பை ஐஐடி சென்னை ஆல்சோ, ரைட்? அதுவே 100% சக்சஸ்ஃபுல் இல்ல. ஸ்டில் பீப்புள் ஆர் ஒர்க்கிங் ஃபார் தட். ஒரு லேமேன் கூட ஒரு டெவலப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறார், ஒரு இன்ஜினியரிங் நாலேஜே இல்லாத பீப்புள் கூட அதுக்குள்ள டிவைசஸ் எல்லாம் டெவலப் பண்ணியிருக்கிறாங்க. பட் அவங்க இன்ஜினியரிங் படிக்கல, பட் they have the engineering knowledge. That's why they are able to fabricate one machine for that. Still it is not 100% safe, but ஒரு 70% 60% சக்சஸ் ரேட் இருக்கு அந்த மாதிரி மெஷின்ஸ்க்கு, ரைட்? ஸோ இதே மாதிரி டே டு டே லைஃப்ல நீங்க பார்க்குற ஒவ்வொரு சின்ன ப்ராப்ளம்க்கும், நீங்க ஃபேஸ் பண்ற ஒவ்வொரு ப்ராப்ளம்க்கும் you can come out with a solution. அதுக்கு என்ன வேணும்? You have to have an engineering brain. You always have to look for engineers look வேணும். நீங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இது ப்ராப்ளம், then how can I solve it? Can I solve it? இதுதான் question, right? Next, improve better systems. They develop advanced technology. They create opportunities and quick development. So highlights தான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லியிருக்கிறேன். The concept அதுதான், right? You have to look into problems and you have to try to provide solutions. Only engineers can provide solution to any societal problem. Is it right? Right. Women in engineering. right? Because being in Vivekananda College of Engineering for Women, as the name itself indicates, women. All of you are women students, right? So many achievements have been done by the women in engineering. So many people are working. But nowadays, if you go to United States, in the corner of United States, it can be Texas, right? It can be New York, it can be Washington, or any nook and corner of United States. You can find one girl from your region working in a software company or in a core company. You can easily meet one girl. So many girls, people are working in US. You can go to Australia. So many girls you can see either doing their higher education in Australia or they are working in a software company or a core company in Australia. You can see. You can go to European countries. In France, you can see our people. In Germany, you can see our people. In Spain, we can see our people. In England, we can see our people. Women are going everywhere. Everywhere. They have done engineering very well, and they have gone for higher levels, right? நீங்க வேற ஒண்ணு வேண்டாம், நீங்க நிறைய இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ், நீங்க உங்க இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ் வந்து பியூர்லி விமன், அதனால உங்களுக்கு கம்பேர் பண்ண முடியாது. இந்த கோ எஜுகேஷன் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன்ஸ்ல நீங்க போய் கம்பேர் பண்ணி பாருங்க. பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ஃபைனல் இயர் பிளேஸ்மெண்ட் ரெக்கார்ட் எடுத்து பாருங்க. நம்பர் ஆஃப் பாய்ஸோட நம்பர் ஆஃப் கேர்ள்ஸ் அதிகமா இருக்கும் நிறைய கம்பெனிஸ்ல நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா. why? Because they are doing well, right? They are understanding the concepts, they are developing their skills. So women are achieving in all aspects of engineering. நிறைய engineering examples நீங்க சொல்லலாம். நீங்க நிறைய பேர் நீங்க பார்த்துக்கலாம், சாஃப்ட்வேர்லயும் சரி, சர்வீஸ் செக்டர்லயும் சரி, right? And in core sectorலயும் சரி. So many people are working, right? So more number of women are getting placed, right? You can just watch a video and then I'll come back to you.
I never knew what I wanted to do when I was young. I knew I wanted a venture, but I just never knew. When you say to people, especially a lot of females, you say, engineering, and they go, oh my God, and they think you're working with machines the whole time or you're working with cars, but it's like dancing. There's so many different types of dancing. You can have Irish dancing, ballet, waltz, freestyle, you can have Russian dancing, and they're all so different. My mum used to always say I broke iron. I used to break everything. I'd take things apart. I suppose playing with Lego, and I loved jigsaws. I wouldn't have had a role model as an engineer or anything like that, but I always was interested in how things worked. He'd give me a problem, I want to solve it.
When I was picking my Leaving Cert subjects, I picked the technical drawing, and when I got my electives back, they'd given me home ec instead of technical drawing, and I kind of looked at them and said, no, I want to do technical drawing and I want to be an architect, which I had at the time. I said, home ec isn't going to help me be an architect, I need to know how to draw. So I fought with them and I got what I wanted, and I was the only girl to go down and do technical drawing.
You have mechanical, which is you're designing and building. You have process production, which I am, is where you go investigate, you make things better, faster, at a higher quality. You have civil engineering, which is out on the roads. You have chemical, there's so many different types of engineering. In engineering, like to solve problems, you have to stand back and watch it. Same with teaching, you have to see who's listening, who's learning. So they'd relate to each other there.
My mother was an engineer, so I kind of knew what engineering as a career was. Having that role model there allowed me to just decide that, it's not just a career for males, that females can be engineers too. it's a very interesting field to be involved in, to be at the forefront of technology, because it's always changing. We're always going to be doing different things, and we're always going to be trying to develop on what we have already. I find that work is really interesting because you're kind of ahead of the curve in terms of the software engineering, smartphones, smart homes. Everything has become smart nowadays, so everything's always connected.
I've been through the boot camp of engineering and physics, and to be able to study physics and engineering, it's sort of licensed to think. And I think engineering really gives you the confidence to think about these ideas, because it gives you the technology behind a lot of other ideas, and you can then understand that they have been created by people.
When you get the plans on your desk first day and you're just figuring it out and you're doing the legwork, say, doing your work, and then when it goes to site, actually seeing like that was just drawings on my desk and now it's a building.
Women have a great way of bringing people together and communicating. And engineering is all about communicating to find solutions. In the different areas that I've been, in the middle of Queensland in Australia, in the middle of Fort McMurray in Canada, women in that environment create a much greater sense of unity and delivering projects. So if you're like solution focused and determined, then go and give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
Look into it and see, is it for you? Like,
when I wanted to be an engineer, I was told no. Here I am teaching engineering.
Right. So women excel in all parts of engineering, right? Not some years back. Initially, women didn't prefer engineering, right? Even after some time, they preferred engineering and they came down to study only for either electronics and communication or maybe computer science. But today it is not the scenario. We can see women in mechanical engineering. We can see women in chemical engineering. You can aerospace engineering. In all branches of engineering, women are excelling. For information, paper have you ever heard of Rafale aircrafts included in the Indian Navy? Indian Air Force, right? 2 women pilots have been selected to operate the Rafale aircraft, right? So women are excelling in all fields of engineering. Now you can see women doing in all branches, and they are excelling in all fields, right? Okay, right. Then I'm coming down to one more important thing: ethics in engineering. As I already told you, we are working for the society, right? We are more concerned about the society. Our paramount importance is the safety, health, and welfare of the society or the public, right? Safety, health, and welfare of the public. That is our paramount. We should give paramount importance to these 3 aspects, right? When I say health, means hazards because of the engineering inventions. Any health hazards are there, we have to check, right? We have to be very careful about that. Welfare of the public, we should not go against the welfare of the public. So we should have some ethics in us. That is what is called as engineering ethics. Tamil சொல்றதா ethics க்கு என்ன சொல்லலாம், நெறிமுறைன்னு சொல்லலாம். கட்டுப்பாடு, ஒழுக்கம், நெறிமுறை இப்படி சொல்லிக்கலாம். We should have on our own, right? We are highly committed to the society, right? For example, இப்போ எல்லா ஃபீல்ட்லயும் people are going on strike. ஏதாவது டிமாண்ட் இருக்கும் அவங்களுக்கு. டாக்டர்ஸ் திடீர்னு ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்றாங்க, நீங்க பேப்பர்ல பாக்குறீங்க. நிறைய ஃபேக்டரிஸ்ல ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்றாங்க, அங்க பண்றாங்க, இங்க பண்றாங்க, எல்லா பக்கம் நிறைய இடத்துல நடக்குது, லேபர் யூனியன்ஸ் இருக்குது, ஸ்ட்ரைக் இருக்குது. their demands may be right or wrong, that is different. they are going on strike. ஒரு நாள் உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், ரீசெண்டாக டாக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்ணாங்க, பேஷண்ட்ஸ் எங்கேயும் போகாம கொஞ்சம் டிஃபிகல்ட்டிஸ் இருந்தது. then that was overcome. நீங்கள் இப்போ இமேஜின் பண்ணி பாருங்க, இப்போ தமிழ்நாடு எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி போர்டு இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் எல்லாரும் ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. what will happen to the nation? இந்தியாவில் இருக்க எலக்ட்ரிசிட்டி போர்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் ஸ்ட்ரைக் பண்ணிட்டாங்கன்னா what will happen? எல்லா ப்ரொடக்ஷன் எல்லாமே ஸ்டாண்ட் பைக் வந்துடும். நார்மல் ரொட்டீன் லைஃப் எல்லாமே ஸ்டாண்ட் ஸ்டில். you cannot proceed further, but the engineers won't do that. They will be working continuously. Essential services la irukravanga, they will be working continuously. Avangalukku demands irukum, they will be pressing it in different ways, and they will be getting their benefits, right? So that is the ethics we have, right? We should work service only in the area of competence, right? தெரியாத ஏரியாவில் போய் நீங்கள் வந்து ஒர்க் பண்ண முடியாது. இதுக்கு நான் 2-3 எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ் சொல்லலாம். நெக்ஸ்ட் ஸ்லைடில் உங்களுக்கு நான் சொல்கிறேன். டிசாஸ்ட்ரஸ் என்ன சொல்கிறது, எக்ஸ்ப்ளோஷன்ஸ் 2 இடத்துல இருந்தது. ஐ கேன் டெல் யூ, ரைட்? தென் நமக்கு கோட்ஸ் ஆஃப் எத்திக்ஸ் இருக்கு. that is being laid on by the international agencies. நிறைய இருக்கு. IEEE உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் அண்ட் எலக்ட்ரானிக்ஸ் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் இன்கார்பரேட்டட் USA, IEEE. தென் இந்தியாவில் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் ஆஃப் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ், அமெரிக்கன் சொசைட்டி ஆஃப் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ், இப்போ நிறைய இன்ஜினியர் பாடிஸ் இருக்கு, ப்ரொஃபஷனல் பாடிஸ் இருக்கு ஃபார் இன்ஜினியர்ஸ். they have released their ethics, codes of ethics for engineers. So engineers should be, ஒரே வார்த்தையில சொல்றாங்கன்னா, they have committed to the society and they should be responsible to the society. The social responsibility should be high for any engineer, right? ஒரு 2 எக்ஸாம்பிள் மட்டும் சொல்லிடுறேன் for want of time, right? ஒன் வந்து இது செர்னோபில். நீங்க கேள்விப்பட்டிருக்கீங்களான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. பழைய ரஷ்யாவில் இட் வாஸ், இப்போ நவ் இட் இஸ் இன் உக்ரைன், இந்த கண்ட்ரி கால்ட் உக்ரைன். அங்கே வந்து ஒரு நியூக்ளியர் பவர் பிளான்ட் இருந்துச்சு, ரைட்? என்னாச்சுன்னா, அந்த டே கரெக்டாக சொன்னால் April 26, 1986 ரியாக்டர் கம்ப்ளீட்டாக பர்ஸ்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு, வெடிச்சு செதறிச்சு. நியூக்ளியர் ரியாக்டர் வெடிச்சு செதறிச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவலன்ட் டு 100 ஆட்டம் பாம்ஸ் எக்ஸ்ப்ளோடட் அட் அ டைம். அவ்வளோ பவர்ஃபுல் அந்த எக்ஸ்ப்ளோஷன். எதனால அது ஆச்சுன்னா, கண்ட்ரோல் வால் சர்க்கியூட்ல ஆப்ரேட் பண்ண ஒரு ஹியூமன் ஃபால்ட். ஒரு இன்ஜினியர் அந்த கரெக்டாக அந்த ஃபால்ட்டை டிடெக்ட் பண்ணல, லைட்டாக கேர்லெஸ்ஸாக எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிட்டாரு. ஸ்டீம் ப்ரெஷர் அதிகமாச்சு, டெம்பரேச்சர் அதிகமாச்சு, பர்ஸ்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு, ரியாக்டர் பர்ஸ்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. ரியாக்டர், அட்டாமிக் ரியாக்டர் பர்ஸ்ட் ஆனால் என்ன ஆகும்? தட் இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு an atom bomb. கம்ப்ளீட் உக்ரைனே இதாச்சு, ரைட்? இப்போ இத்தனை வருஷம் ஆச்சு, இன்னமும் நீங்கள் அங்கே போனீங்கன்னா ஸ்டில் அந்த அட்டாமிக் ரேடியேஷன் இருக்குது. அங்கே யாருமே வாழ முடியாது. எல்லாமே டேமேஜ் ஹவுசஸ் அண்ட் சைட்ஸாக இருக்கும். நிறைய வீடியோஸ் யூடியூப்ல இருக்கு. நான் இப்போ அது கொஞ்சம் ஹாரிபிளாக இருக்கும், அதனால நான் உங்களுக்கு அதை ஷேர் பண்ணல, ரைட்? ஸோ அங்கே இன்னமும் அங்கே அந்த அட்டாமிக் ரியாக்ஷன், அந்த எக்ஸ்ப்ளோஷன் நடந்த போது இருந்தவங்க தப்பிச்சு வெளியே வந்து அவங்க பிறக்கிற குழந்தையெல்லாம் அப்படியே அப்நார்மாலிட்டிஸோட பிறக்கிறாங்க, ரைட்? அந்த என்டையர் ஏரியாவை கம்ப்ளீட்டாக கவர் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்காங்க. இப்போ யார் டெசர்டட் லேண்ட், நோ மேன்ஸ் லேண்ட், அங்கே யாரும் இப்போ வசிக்க முடியாது. புல் பூண்டு பூச்சி கூட அங்கே கிடையாது, ரைட்? That is because of an error caused by an engineer, right? கண்ட்ரோல் ரூம்ல இருந்து இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் அதை கரெக்டாக நோட் பண்ணி அவங்க ஷட் டவுன் பண்ணியிருந்தாங்கன்னா அந்த எக்ஸ்ப்ளோஷன் வந்திருக்காரு. It happened. So that's what I am telling. We are fully committed to the society. So there one more accident இருக்கு. இது நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா சேலஞ்சர். இதுவும் இந்த இயர் 1986 தான். It is in January 28th, right? சேலஞ்சர் இந்த ஸ்பேஸ் ஷட்டில் மேலே போகிறத யூஎஸ் நாசாலேருந்து கென்னடி ஸ்பேஸ் சென்டர் ஃப்ளோரிடாவிலேருந்து லான்ச் பண்ணாங்க. லான்ச் பண்ணி ஒரு இப்போ 73 செகண்ட்ஸ்லேயே அது வெடிச்சு செதறிடுச்சு. அது லான்ச் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாலேயே அதில் கண்ட்ரோல் சர்க்கியூட்டில் ப்ராப்ளம் இருக்குன்னு சில இன்ஜினியர்ஸ் நோட் டவுன் பண்ணாங்க. பட் they have overcome that and they have launched the satellite. So it went on and 73 செகண்ட்ஸில் வெடிச்சு செதறிடுச்சு. உள்ளே இருந்த 7 க்ரூ மெம்பரும் இறந்து போயிட்டாங்க அதுலேயே, right? 2 disastrous events நான் உங்களுக்கு சொல்லிடுறேன். எதுக்கான the responsibility we have. Engineers should be highly responsible. You are responsible to the society and we are answerable to the society. So we should keep the social responsibility as our prime importance. Health, safety of the public should be of our prime importance. Is it okay? Right. So we have so many ethical values. That ethics has to be followed. Engineering ethics has to be followed. Of course, you will have a separate subject in your engineering education. Engineering ethics no subject you will be studying. All right. So that is very engineering ethics is இன்னும் நிறைய எடுத்துக்கலாம். நீங்க இப்போ ரீசெண்டா பாத்தீங்கன்னா இங்கே ஒரு நடந்தது, விசாகப்பட்டினம்ல ஒரு கேஸ் லீக்கேஜ் நடந்தது. ஒரு கொரியன் கம்பெனி கேஸ் லீக்கேஜ் நடந்துச்சு. ஏர்லி மார்னிங் ஒரு கேஸ் லீக்கேஜ் நடந்து நிறைய கேஷுவாலிட்டிஸ் ரிப்போர்ட். இப்போ ரீசெண்டாக ஒரு மேபி ஒரு 3 months இருக்கலாம், எக்ஸாக்ட் டேட் ஐ ஃபார்காட்டன். அதே மாதிரி ஒரு 10-15 இயர்ஸ் பேக் இந்தியாவில் போபாலில் வந்து யூனியன் கார்பைட்னு ஒரு கெமிக்கல் கம்பெனியில் வந்து கேஸ் லீக் ஆகி, ரைட், இஃப் ஐ எம் ரைட், இட் இஸ் அமோனியம் நைட்ரேட், கேஸ் லீக் ஆகி நிறைய பேர் இறந்து போனாங்க. இது எல்லாமே மிஸ்டேக்ஸ் மேட் பை ஹியூமன்ஸ்ன்னு ஜென்ரலாக சொல்லாமல் they are engineers. Those who are on duty, they have failed in their duty. When they are failing in their duty, the disastrous things happen to the society. இப்போ நீங்கள் ரெண்டு சைடும் பார்க்கலாம். We have contributed so many things to the society. Because of the engineers only, so much developments have been made. At the same time, human errors caused by the engineers also responsible for these types of explosions. இதை மாதிரி சில conditions இருக்கு. அப்போ we should follow strictly the engineering ethics. That is very, very, very important. Is it okay? Right. Now I'll talk about a few top engineers in India. உங்களுக்கு கேட்டா நீங்க சொல்லுவீங்க who are the top engineers in India அப்படினு கேட்டா நீங்க first everybody will be telling the name of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So many like him, so many people are there. Right? You watch a small video, right?
India produces over 1.6 million engineers every year. Over the last 100 years, India has produced countless engineers, and to be in the top 10 list of engineers is a pride and honor in itself. In this video, I've tried to put top 10 engineers India has ever seen. So without further ado, let's get started. First up in the list is Sir Mokshagundam Visvesaraya. He was born on 15 September 1861 in Mysore, Karnataka. He earned a bachelor's degree in engineering from College of Engineering, Pune. He was appointed as the 19th Diwan of Mysore, who served from 1912 to 1919. He received India's highest honor, the Bharat Ratna, in 1955 for his significant contribution in the field of engineering. Till this day, 15th of September is celebrated as Engineers Day in India, Sri Lanka and Tanzania in his memory. Second name in the list is Mr. Satish Dhawan. Satish Dhawan was born in Srinagar on 25th of September 1920. He graduated from University of Punjab in Lahore, now Pakistan, where he completed a Bachelor's of Science in Physics and Mathematics and a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. He completed his master's in aerospace engineering from University of Minnesota, USA, and an aeronautical engineering degree from California Institute of Technology, followed by a double PhD in mathematics and aerospace engineering. He is known as the father of experimental fluid dynamics research in India. To honor his work in rural education, remote sensing and satellite communication, the Satellite Launch Center at Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh was renamed the Satish Dhawan Space Center. The third name in the list is Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. APJ Abdul Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 in Rameshwaram, Madras. He graduated from the Madras Institute of Technology, now IIT Madras, in 1960. Then he joined the Aeronautical Development Establishment of the DRDO as a scientist. He was fondly known as the Missile Man of India because of his significant contribution in the space missions. He served as the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007. Kalam died on 27th of July 2015 while delivering a lecture on creating a livable planet Earth at the Indian Institute of Management, Shillong. Fourth name in the list is E. Sridharan. E. Sridharan received his secondary education at Basel Evangelical Mission Higher Secondary School. He completed his civil engineering from the Government Engineering College, Kakinada, Andhra Pradesh. He spent major part of his career to improve the public transport in India. Because of his significant contribution in developing the metro lines in India, he is known as the Metro Man of India. Fifth name in the list is Raghuram Govindarajan. Rajan was born in 1963 in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh. He did his schooling from Delhi Public School and graduated from the prestigious Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi, with a degree in electrical engineering. After that, he acquired a management degree from IIM Ahmedabad. He also received a PhD in management from the MIT Sloan School of Management. He was appointed as the 23rd Governor of Reserve Bank of India. He was also the Chief Economist at the International Monetary Fund from 2003 to 2007. Sixth name in the list is Sundar Pichai. Pichai was born in Madurai, Tamil Nadu. He completed his higher school from Jawahar Vidyalaya, Ashok Nagar, Chennai. He completed his bachelor's degree in metallurgical engineering from IIT Kharagpur. He also acquired a MS degree from Stanford University in material science and engineering. He did his MBA from Wharton School, Pennsylvania. Pichai joined Google in 2004, and as of today, he is the CEO of Google. The seventh name in the list is Satya Nadella. Nadella was born in Hyderabad city of Telangana. He did his schooling from Hyderabad Public School. He earned his bachelor's degree in electrical engineering from Manipal Institute of Technology. He also acquired an MS degree in computer science at the University of Wisconsin. Later, he received an MBA from the University of Chicago. He's currently serving as the CEO of Microsoft. Eighth person in the list is Mr. Narayan Murthy. Murthy was born on 20th August 1946 in Kolar district, Karnataka. He graduated from National Institute of Engineering with a degree in electrical engineering. After this, he received a master's degree from the IIT in Kanpur. Murthy founded Infosys in 1981 with a meager capital of rupees 10,000 or 250 USD, and now it's a company of well over 9.5 billion US dollars. Ninth person in the list is Varghese Kurian. Mr. Kurian was born on 26th November 1921 at Calicut, Madras. He graduated in physics from Loyola College in Madras. After that, he earned a bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering from College of Engineering, Gandhi, Madras. He brought new and innovative technology that helped to flourish the milk production in India. For that, he was also known as the father of white revolution in India. 10th person in the list is Satyanarayan Gagan Ram Pitroda, also known as Sam Pitroda. Sam Pitroda was born on 4th of May 1942. He did his schooling from Vallabh Vidyanagar in Gujarat. After that, he completed a master's degree in physics and electronics from Maharaja Sayajirao University in Vadodara. He also obtained a master's degree in electrical engineering from Illinois Institute of Technology in Chicago. He invented electronic diary in 1975, for which he is called the earliest pioneer of handheld computing. He was also awarded with Padma Bhushan in 2009 for his significant contribution in the field of science and engineering. So that's it for today, guys. So this is not a definitive list. Obviously, there are many good engineers which India has seen over the years. So if I've missed any, make sure you share your thoughts in the comments so that everyone can know. Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you.
Yes, my dear friends, right? This is not just 10 members they have selected, and it is giving. There are so many other peoples, and who knows, one among you also will figure in that list in the years to come. I'm very sure. Right? Okay, friends, let me consolidate what we have seen. Right? So we have seen that engineers have changed the world completely. Right? Completely we live in, right? We right, the modern homes, all the infrastructures, electronic gadgets, everything is made possible because of the engineers. So engineers transform science into technology, and they develop products that are useful for the human being. So our focus is always on the society. When we are focusing on society, then safety of the society is of our primary importance, right? So that is why the professional ethics or engineering ethics is continuously stressed. Always first important should be the safety and the health of the society that we live in. So that is our prime importance. And then you have seen about women engineers. Women engineers do wonders in the world, not only in India, across the world. So many places, women are in the lead. In almost many companies around the world, you can see. But you can see women who has completed engineering in Tamil Nadu. You can see, you can meet in every nook and corner of the world. You can go to US, you can go to UK, you can go to Australia, or all other places of the world. You can meet one there. So that is achievements have been done by the women. Women are capable of doing things. They, even to be more practical, they are performing better than men in the field of engineering in some aspects, right? So I want you also one among them and go high. Right? What about what after B? That question may be in your mind. A few things I'll just highlight, and then we'll wind up the discussion, right? So after B, you can go for higher education. Many of you may go for higher education, or you may get employed in a company. Employment, I already told you. You have to be strong in your basics. You have to develop all the skills, required skills, and then in the final year, definitely you will be employed, no doubt about it. Suppose you are going for higher education, you are more interested in research and you are going for higher education, means then you can go for GATE examinations. You can prepare from your second year itself. You can prepare for GATE examinations, Graduate Aptitude Test in Engineering, GATE, GATE. When you get a good percentile in GATE and get admissions in topmost universities or any university of your choice, it can be IIT, NIT, or any institutions, you can join for your PG programs. You will be paid a stipend of 12,400 per month by the government, right? 12,400 rupees per month stipend you will be getting. அது இல்லாமல் if you are having a valid GATE score, எல்லா பப்ளிக் செக்டர் கம்பெனிஸ் இருக்கு பாருங்க, Steel Authority of India Limited, National Thermal Power Corporation, Hindustan Machine Tools, Electronics Corporation, all the Bharat Electronics Limited, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, any public sector company, they are recruiting based on your GATE score. So it provides employment opportunity also. Also at the same time, it provides higher education also with a handsome stipend. So that is one point. Suppose you want to go to foreign countries for your higher education, so you can apply for GRE, Graduate Record Examinations, TOEFL, Test of English as Foreign Language, and IELTS, International English Language Testing System, IELTS. So many exams are there, right, for engineering education. Suppose you are going for management courses, MBA, BE after MBA after BE. Then for in India, topmost institutions recruit through CAT examinations. Other than that, you have All India Management Aptitude Test, AA, MAT is there. If you're going for foreign countries, you can write GMAT. So many options are there. Then you can prepare for Union Public Service Commission also. You can become an IAS officer. You can become an IPS officer. All these opportunities are before you. Right, my dear friend, just a brief introduction I'll give you when you come onto the campus. Time permits, I'll meet you in person and we'll talk more and more about the roles and responsibilities of engineers and the opportunities for you and all. I hope you enjoyed my session. Thank you. Thank you, 100%. Thank you. If at all you have any queries, you can just ask me. Thank you. And before winding up, one more thing, I just want to thank the management of VCEW, principal, dean academics, and the people who are all involved in this for giving me an opportunity to present, to appear before the incoming first years and present a few things for them for the betterment of these people. Thank you. Thank you all once again. Thank you. Shall I sign off, friends? Any queries you have, you can ask me, or let me sign off. Okay, thank you all of you. See you in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Can I sign off, sir?
Thank you very much. Yes, sir. Before that, let me ensure that if
Yes, sir.
the students are having any queries and
Yeah, I was waiting, but everybody is telling thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't get any question. I'm just waiting, sir.
Let me divert it, dear participants. Now you can ask your doubts and clarification. You can clarify with your doubts. Sir is ready to answer for your questions. If you have any doubts, if you have any further questions, you can post it now. No, yes. It's from biotech. Deepika is asking, say something about biotechnology, sir.
Fine, sir. If I know, I'll tell you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
Students, if you want to ask any doubts, just you can raise your hand, right?
Yes.
So we'll give an unmute option.
Abhita is asking, sir, I have one doubt, sir. You please, what is your specific question? You please post it. Dear participants, you are requested to clarify your doubts. If you have any specific questions, and you can post it now. The chief guest is waiting for you, and okay, I think you have understood and you have grasped much more information from our today's chief guest, the roles and responsibilities. Because even a 1,000-mile journey will start with a single step. So likewise, we have planned, and if we have a clear ideology as well as a clear blueprint towards the journey, that will bring a fruitful result. It is always proved. So that our today's chief guest, Dr. Senthil Kumar sir, is given a wonderful insight, and that will bring you laurels to your journey. We hope that each and every pinch of his demonstration would bring some greater results in your, that will reflect in your academic process. So in another occasions, we will meet you with lot of things, and it is in the, if it is in the regular classes, and he will be ready to demonstrate and clarify and bring and render a lot of things, things. So, and then we have understood that you have enjoyed the session, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll we wind up the session, sir? I think.
Thank you, sir.
Students have enjoyed your session, and I think it's a timely input that you have given for their development. So before that, and it is very important, and it is an inevitable thing that we must understood, and we must understand that we must realize ourselves that we are having a greater responsibility in the society. So as an engineer, we are going to serve, and they are going to be make a very great impact in the society. So each and every point would be taken in a right sense, and the same will be executed in a proper manner. We hope that on behalf of the student, it's a really eye-opening session. So it reflects in their feedback. So on behalf of the management, principal, HODs and faculty members and the student participants, we are very much grateful to you, sir, for having spent time with us and giving your wonderful, because your experience,
Thank you, sir. You need not thank me, sir. I am one among you, and it is my duty to address our students. Right. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
I am one among. I am not a guest, sir. I am one among you. I am a professor in VCEW, and I am doing my duty. Right,
Yes,
sir. I
sir.
am not a guest, sir.
Yes, sir.
I am the host.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
And,
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me. I should thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk to these students.
Okay, thank you very
Thank
much.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your wonderful speech today. Thank you all. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, sir, I request
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Jayavali, sir, to post the feedback and department poll.
Sir, what about debate results, sir?
Yes, debate result. I have sent you the PPT, sir. First of all, have you seen it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hope you can see my screen, sir.
Yes. First of all, we would like to congratulate all the participants who have come forward to present your ideas, present your talents. It was really nice and it was a really wonderful session, and it motivates each and every student and kindle their interest towards these kind of competitions. So from the perspective of the students participants, and we have understood that it is not like a competition. It is a platform in which you can show and you can develop your skill set. So the mindset of young and budding engineers.
Madam?
First of all, you are invited to initiate your skill set. That is our prime objective, and that is our sole aim to make this kind of competitions. So for the last week performance, a really wonderful performance given by the student participants. So we are very much glad to appreciate their initiations. So that initiatives to be appreciated. Even as our ma'am, Jhansi Rani ma'am guided.
Sir, Jhansi Rani madam is not able to join, sir, meeting.
Okay.
She has left the meeting, sir. So we should announce that our participants, that is a winners list for.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm coming to. I'm on the line. So
sir, before that, there will be only 160 students have submitted their feedback, sir. So department poll is also there.
Okay, what about department poll, sir? So many students are asking.
Sir, at that time, we will post only one poll, sir. We will conduct only one poll.
Okay.
Now the feedback poll is going, so all should complete their feedback poll.
Yes, you please note it down that there is only one poll is being conducted. So you please concentrate on them, and you can accomplish it as well. And before that, I am in a position to congratulate all the participants. It was very nice, and it was a great effort, and you have invested a very great effort towards the towards the competitions. So it is not like a competition, that it is an opportunity to excel your talent. So you might have understood in the ground reality that by practicing your skill sets, it will be developed, it will be nourished and cherished, and the significant value of it is like a practice. So normally a personality is being grafted by doing, because it is like a watering, and every day and day by day we should focus our entire concentrate towards it. Then only it will be cultivated in a very great manner. So that's what our aim. So taking participation itself a very great thing, and you have nicely rendered your support and your cooperation towards it. It was taken well, and it induces us to invest furthermore motivational aspects and aspirants. That's what really good That is a very great job you have done it. There are so many students are being asked that when the college is open, that it is already we have told you.
Sir, the students are continuously asking whether November 1st there will be a college reopen or not.
Yes, that's what I am telling is it is completely ordinance which is to be published by the government. So we are all depend on the government ordinance and guidelines. So the ball is in the court of government. So they'll announce it properly through the proper channel. So after getting the guidelines and announcement from the government, it will be informed you all. So don't worry about this. Till then, will be conducting this kind